guys, welcome back to yet another video of Beyond the Feed. It is your girl Jessica Nicole. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you're not new here, welcome back to yet another video. So first off, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that commented on the last Beyond the Feed segment. I really was like unsure of how people would take it, but when I posted it on Instagram, you guys loved it. And so yeah, I'm just really excited, and I'm especially excited about today's topic, which is about off-camera realities. And y'all, child, when I tell you I can go on and on about this, I wouldn't even be able to finish. And so there's only a couple of topics that I want to hit on because I could really talk about this so much. There is so much that goes on, but we have lots to talk about, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. So there's three things that I really want to jump on, and of course I got my phone right here, all my notes on it, because I do not want to miss a single thing. But I really want to touch on mental and emotional realities, personal life realities, and why I don't film certain moments. So a lot of the things that I'm going to share are things that are very personal to me. I want to be careful in exactly how much I share. So most of the things that I'm going to share are things that have either already happened and have passed, and things that I have come out of, and not particularly things that I may be going through like right in this very moment. But when it comes to the emotional and mental side of it, I just want people to know that just because you're posting things on social media that seem positive doesn't mean that your life behind the scenes is positive. Now, let me break that down a little bit. So two things can be true at once. You can literally be having the most amazing time, the most amazing life, but you can also be mourning something at the same time, and it doesn't take away from the joy of life. Literally, there's, child, if you want to look around, if you want to be negative, there's always something to be negative about. But like the word says, to just be joyful. Today is the day that the Lord has made, and so let us rejoice and be glad in it. And so I just want to remind everyone that two things can be true at once. I feel like one of the hardest things for me as somebody who does content full time is having to show up online and, you know, post like literally nothing is going on in my life. I think a lot of the times, you know, people who don't know the ins and outs of my life, and even some friends who don't know the ins and outs of my life, don't even know or realize the turmoil and the stress and the grief, the so many things going on in my life, but you wouldn't even know. I think being gracious to people goes a long way. I think checking up on people goes a long way, and that's something that I'm also working on. But I think especially in our 20s, we really need to give each other grace. And before we go and just assume that someone is doing something for some particular reason, child, let's just communicate, because it is not easy. But I really think one of the biggest things that I would say is a con of consistently posting on social media is the fact that people just always think that your life is perfect. I feel like sometimes I can't be sad, or I can't post certain things or be real and raw with you guys on social media, because people can look at it and be like, well, why are you having a hard time? Because you were just doing this, or well, you shouldn't even feel like this because you got this going on in your life. And it's like, that's not fair. That's not fair, and it's not fair to compare your life to others, or, you know, categorize, oh, well, since you're not going through this, you know, it's not as bad as this. No, suffering is suffering, like, you know, whether it's something that is very extreme or whether it's something small. So I also think that's very unhealthy to compare people's suffering and, you know, kind of looking at their life on the outside and saying, well, their life looks fine, like there shouldn't even be any problems that they're dealing with. And then also having to literally go through comments of strangers, like, y'all, that takes such a mental and emotional toll on you. No matter if you think you're somebody who just like ignores it, which I really do try, but at the end of the day, we are human beings. Like, there's only so much that you can take until you get to your breaking point. And like, doing this full time has just showed me, wow, people are ignorant. Like, people are ignorant, people are mean, and people are just, there's no empathy anymore. Oh my goodness, when I be opening up comments, my comments and other people's comments, my mouth literally drops. Like, I really be like, oh my goodness, like, you really said that, or you really think this. It's crazy, and it really shows you how so many people will watch one video and it could be the most happy, joyful, amazing video, and there will always be somebody who got something to say. Like, you cannot please people, and that's where I'm at right now. And I'm still working on it, but I've definitely gotten a lot better, because I don't know, a lot of the times I used to really let it get to me, and sometimes y'all be trying to get me there, like really be trying to get me there. Like, oh my goodness, let me give you guys an example. Literally today, right, I posted pictures in this two-piece set from H&M the other day, right? And I reposted onto my Instagram story, and I was like, thank you to my boyfriend's sisters for training him before he met me. Like, training him to take pictures, right? Mind you, I just literally had dinner with his sisters the other week. We met each other for the first time, and one of his sisters is the one that said it, right? So she was like, oh, he came trained. Like, you're lucky he came trained, meaning like, you know, he know how to take pictures and stuff. So when I posted on my story, I'm obviously joking. Any normal person would take that as a joke. And someone started up on my story today, and she was like, trained? Is he a dog? I'm like, oh my goodness, we can't even joke no more. So most of the time, I really don't answer, and I'll either just block or delete. But sometimes, because y'all be thinking you can get away with stuff, you can get away with saying whatever you want to people on social media that you don't know, and it's not cool. So sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I do be replying, and maybe I'll get to the point where I just don't reply at all. But sometimes I'd be like, no, you're gonna hear from me. So I replied back to her, and I said what I said, and all in all, I ended up blocking, because I just feel like the world is already so serious. Something that small shouldn't get to you. And it was just like, why are you making it something it's not? But it's like constantly having to deal with little stupid stuff like that, and then juggling my own life outside of that, my own mental health, my own emotional health, like my spiritual health, trying to juggle it all and then still try and show up online positively is hard. Like, this week was actually a very hard week for me, and I actually didn't even post the way I wanted to post. Like, I think I was MIA honestly for like 2-3 days, which in the social media world, that's like 2 weeks, literally. Like, missing days without posting at all is a really long time, because that's a missed opportunity. You don't know what video is going to change your life. You just don't know. So this week was really hard for me mentally, and just dealing with, you know, certain things of life, and I couldn't post. And that's another thing in social media, is like, no one's checking me or clocking me like, Jess, you need to post, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have a manager that can fire me from this job. So when you wake up some days and you feel heavy, and you're just like, I don't feel like doing this today, there's no one there to really tell you like, hey, no, you need to, or you're gonna get fired. No, you gotta get up and do it on your own. Like, it's not as easy as people make it seem. So, child, have some grace for your content creator and influencer friends, because y'all, it's not easy. And one topic that I really want to touch on is the always on feeling. I feel like, you know, when I had my 9-to-5, once I closed that laptop, child, I'm not talking to those clients. It's like that life, that work life is over there, and then my personal life is here. But when it comes to creating content, especially lifestyle content, it gets blurry. It gets blurry sometimes, because you don't really get a break. Like, I don't get to really just like swipe, you know, and enjoy TikTok and Instagram like everybody else. It's just, you're always on your phone. You're always either editing, coming up with new ideas, recording, like always something. And I feel like that's something that people don't realize, is not having that like cut off time. Now, there's obviously ways to practice that, healthy ways to practice that, and just, you know, treating it like a 9-to-5. And then after, you know, a certain time period, it's like, you know, don't go on your phone, or no, don't answer emails or anything like that. But it is definitely a little bit harder in the content world, because it's like the lifestyle content, it's always on, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always trying to, you know, create different ideas or do different things, praying to God, like, you know, help me in looking at things differently, and just feeling a little bit more creative in so many different ways at all times. It's like my brain does not turn off. My brain literally does not turn off unless I'm sleeping, or unless like I really have nothing going on, like no events, no nothing. It's like, yeah, there's just no cutoff time, and that's something that you do get used to. And this is not me saying like it's the worst of the worst, because it's not, but it's definitely something that you have to get used to and realize you can't just leave, you know, leave it like it's your 9 to 5 job. But now when it comes to personal life realities, I'm actually going through a like big change and shift in my life, honestly, for this whole entire year, to be honest. This whole year, starting in like February, March until now, there's been so many changes in my personal life in terms of like relationships and friendships and things like that, that I've honestly been trying to make sense of. But I think I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to just accept the fact that we're all getting older, and not everyone is going to understand, you know, certain things that I do, and not really understand my job. Because I feel like a lot of times people, you know, look at my social media and, you know, they'll see me at these events and they'll see me like posting the makeup videos and doing this and doing that, and they don't realize for me, this is a job. Like, I love what I do, but at the end of the day, this is a job. Yes, I'm in New York every other week, but it's like, even if I don't feel like it, I have to go because I need to build brand relationships. I think once we all start looking at, you know, we all start looking at it through that lens, it makes things a little bit easier. I think sometimes friends and family may feel as though, you know, you don't have enough time for them, or you gotta do this, gotta do that. Because sometimes even when I say things out loud, I'd be like, oh, hey, I can't talk right now, or I can't do this right now because like I'm filming or I'm editing. I feel like sometimes people don't take it serious because they're like, oh, you can just do it later. You can do, you know, do that. But it's like, no, what I'm starting to do nowadays is really, really draw boundaries. Like, if I'm editing, if I'm filming, I can't talk. Like, sorry, there's no like, okay, let's just chat right now. No, because if I was at my 9 to 5, I wouldn't be on my phone, or you wouldn't be calling me and telling me, oh, like, let's just talk right now. So I've really, really been trying to learn to like set boundaries, because especially with where I want to go and the things that I have planned and the things that I know that the Lord has planned, child, I gotta be focused. I gotta be focused. And it's like, the people that are coming with me, you gotta know. And if you can't understand certain things, and it's like, I can't help you understand it. So that's with anyone too. Like, as you get older, things shift, things change, and that's when you really, 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 really just gotta lean on the Lord, especially when things just don't make sense. But I'm definitely in that season right now. It's so weird because like there's so many amazing things happening in my life, but then there's like a lot of crazy things happening in my life too, and I'm trying to balance both, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, Lord, help your daughter, literally, because one thing about it, I for the most part feel like I'm someone who I really don't like having problems with people, but I think I'm pretty good at, you know, if I feel as though I have to draw a boundary somewhere, I'm going to do that, especially if it's for my like, I'm a little bit selfish, but in a good way. Like, I just don't feel as though if it's not going to help me, or if it's not going to pour into my cup or transform me to be a better person, like, I just don't care for it. I don't care for it. Now, again, listen, y'all, when y'all hear this, I am not perfect at all. And as a sister, a daughter, a friend, a acquaintance, whatever it is, I'm also imperfect, and I'm trying to be better, you know, to show up for the people in my life. But it's also very hard when you're just trying to navigate life on your own. And this is where grace comes in. We're all doing this life thing for the first time ever. So it's just like, the people who show up are the people that are going to show up. The people who don't get it are the people who just don't get it. And that's really just where I'm at right now. And I've also realized people are going to say and do what they want to do. And most of the time, there's nothing you can do. Like, I be feeling like, oh, I got to say this and explain that. Child, I'm gonna be quiet. Like, I don't need to over explain myself, especially when it comes to my well-being. Like, if you don't get it, you just simply don't get it. And that's really where I'm at right now. But that's why it's so important to have those core people in your life, the 3 to 4 people that you just know you can go to, those people who just get it. child, not everybody can be your friend, not everybody can come along, and that really is where I'm at right now. And so I just gotta let that be. But yeah, I just feel like in the world that I'm in and in this influencer world, people just see the glitz and the glam and they don't see the person behind that. Like, I am a human being with real problems every day. And it's always so funny because people are like, oh my gosh, like, you're so bubbly and you're so this and you're so that. And it's like, yes, and I'm so grateful that I am, but I think people forget, like, I can get sad too. Like, child, I could get sad and I could get upset just like any other human being. And then the last thing I really want to talk about is why I don't film certain moments of my life. So obviously, if you look on my platforms, I do a lot of fashion content, beauty content, so like makeup, I do hair tutorials, and just like, you know, lifestyle, just posting whatever else, day in the life, things like that. But obviously, like, I have family and I have friends and stuff that I don't post because, you know what, I always felt like I had to post everything. Like, there was a point where I was like, I can just post everything and anything and it doesn't matter. But y'all, as the internet continues to grow and social media begins to take over the world, it's scaring me. I'm not gonna lie, it's scaring me, and I'm really understanding more and more every day why people don't post certain things anymore. Like, on social media, I don't even really like posting my little brother anymore, at least on like TikTok and stuff like that, because it can go viral in like 2 seconds. So I pulled back a little bit on, you know, posting him. I don't post my boyfriend now. Of course, you'll see an arm, you'll know I'm on date night type of thing, but like, I have made that decision, like, for myself, to not post certain things, and especially my relationship, because I feel like it opens you up to critique and to people saying things that you didn't even want an opinion on, and that's mostly everything. So I feel like, you know, obviously whatever you post, you do kind of open yourself up to people having opinions, which is very unfortunate. So that's why I'm like, I'm not even gonna give y'all a chance to even have an opinion on anything. And I'm so happy that I made that decision for myself, especially to keep my relationship offline in terms of like making relationship content and stuff like that, because people are weird. I have seen it firsthand. People are weird and will try and sabotage what you have. I mean, it has literally happened already. And yeah, it's scary. And that's even with me not even really posting it like that, and some people have found a way to make it weird. But that's one thing that I feel like I want to keep close to me. It's not everything that needs to be posted, and I've done like a really good job, especially this year for sure, in the last couple months, and just not posting everything. Like, yeah, not everything needs to be posted. I actually bite my tongue a lot, like every day. Like, sometimes I'm like, you know what, I want to make a video about this, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I don't want to. I literally don't want to, because people just have unwarranted opinions and people are really rude. So that's why certain moments I just don't think should even be posted. And for the longest time, I was like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know, especially with AI and stuff like that, yo, people can make anything now. It's really crazy. Like, all they need is your face, and now you can literally make a video of me robbing the bank or something. Like, it's really insane. Like, and I still feel like I'm trying to navigate exactly how I want my content to look. I'm really trying to like refine it so that I can have my life outside of social media, and honestly, in a way, like, not feel violated. So yeah, that's why I'm child, it's getting strict around here. I'm not gonna lie, because I seen what you've done. Y'all have done, not y'all, them, you know, not y'all though, but I've seen what people have done to like mutuals that I know and just other people, and I'm like, yo, y'all are bold. Y'all are so bold. And that's why a lot of y'all favorite content creators and influencers end up getting to a point in their careers where you just don't know anything about them. they post their content literally and they go, because a lot of people be ruining it. They be ruining the fun for everybody else. I feel like there was a time where it's like, oh my goodness, you could even make certain jokes and it wouldn't be a problem. Nowadays, child, no, don't even think about it. Don't make no rude comments. You can't even make a certain type of food without somebody making it controversial. Like, I feel like we always bring up this example, but did you guys see the video of like the bean soup going viral? This was like a while ago. And people in the comments were like, well, what if I don't like beans? What if you don't like beans? Like, who cares? Then don't make the soup. It's like people just feel so entitled to everything. They feel as though everything needs to be for them. Everything needs to be relatable. Everything needs to be digestible for them. And it's like, there is literally billions of people in the world. Why do you think that every video was literally made for you? It's okay to swipe. It's okay for you to not be the target audience, okay? And I think a lot of people live in a very selfish world, and baby, it be showing. And again, this is why a lot of your faves don't post the way they used to, and social media and the internet is not what it used to. It's scary now. It's scary. So that's why it's like, I just post my cute content and then I go and I live my life outside of being online, because it is scary out here. But that was today's topic, and honestly, you guys actually picked this because I asked if you guys either wanted this one, or I forgot what the other poll was on my Instagram, but you guys chose this topic, and I feel like it was honestly perfect timing with everything that I've been through this week. And even today, I feel like this was such a good topic. And yeah, I'm gonna ask you guys again what episode you guys would want next, because you guys picked a really good one. And of course, if you're not following me on Instagram, like, what are you doing? Like, actually, what are you doing? But I love this so much, and I literally can't wait to post this just so I can read you guys' comments and we can just chat it up, because I need to know how you guys feel too, okay? This is not even all about me, okay? This is for you guys, so let me know how you guys feel about the exact topics that I talked about in the comments, and if you relate or if you can't relate, or if you have any questions about anything that I talked about. Again, this is a safe space for the girls, okay? And I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I did, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Love you. Bye.